Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe TV show. I'm your host, Keri D. Singleton, and today I want to reflect on our groundbreaking show. Our pilot episode, which aired on December 1st, 2020, the birthday of the show, was essentially a recorded in-studio filming of an episode of the Keri's Corner radio show taped in the show's former Brooklyn studio.
Showcase like a show and tell.
Okay.
Where it first is supplement to the natural.
Okay. So of course the listeners cannot see this unless they check out our social media, but they can listen. So make sure you carefully explain what the hell you got on that table. So it's a whole bunch of strange things that look strange. So
it's strange, but I'm sure you can find it in any supermarket. You see,
right.
When we go to the supermarket, as Mr. Davis was speaking about knowledge, and sometimes you walk through the supermarket or the grocery store, and we don't know what is the natural ingredients inside of these herbs. So, natural way of medicine, which is like everyone's going to the natural way now. This is the biggest thing. So I bought some natural herbs versus the same thing that you be taking, the vitamin C, the vitamins, the multivitamins, and the same thing that I have here that's natural is the same thing here in these bottles.
okay.
The only thing is that these are processed. I'm not endorsing any company, I'm just showing what it is, okay? So this is just a show and tell, but I'm not endorsing unless you get.
Needless to say, it wasn't exactly a fair representation of the direction that Sessions Cafe was headed. By May of 2021, producers Paul Dorsa, Kevon Merrill, both of whom were producers on the Keri's Corner radio show, by the way, as well as myself, had taped some really good episodes in Boston, Philadelphia, and in upstate New York. But because of creative differences with our network's liaison at the time, which couldn't be resolved, we just decided to put Sessions Cafe on hold. However, before doing so, we did manage to squeeze out 3 episodes of the show, including our first 2-part episode, which earned us our first award. A Father's Love, A Conversation with Dionn Ward, involved an emotional conversation between Mr. Ward and myself, whose son, Michael Birdie Africa Ward, had been one of only 2 to survive the 1985 bombing of the MOVE organization in Philadelphia by the city's police department. Welcome to Sessions Cafe. I'm your host, Keri D. Singleton. Today, we're here in West Philadelphia at the corner of Osage Avenue and Cobbs Creek Parkway, where on May 13th, 1985, the infamous MOVE bombing took place. On that date, the Philadelphia Police Department, under the direction of the city's first black mayor, Wilson Goode, orchestrated a confrontation with the Back to Nature group. A bomb was dropped by the Philadelphia Police Department on a bunker which sat on top of the Gradica group's home, which initiated a catastrophic fire that killed 11 people and destroyed 62 homes. Today, we're here in Philadelphia to talk to Dionn Ward. Mr. Ward was the father of the lone child survivor from the MOVE bombing. We're going to talk to him about what really happened on that day from his perspective. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
I can't remember 15, 20, or 36 homes ever destroyed in a Philadelphia fire in one night.
Hey, I'm here in Vernon Park, right?
Vernon
Park, Germantown Ave. Not too unfamiliar with this section of Philly. Very historic, though, right?
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely. The house behind us, basically, which you'll see is a historic house, know, that cats like George Washington and Benjamin Franklin,
Right.
and a host of others, did come through.
Okay.
Back in the day. And,
But there's some other relevance to that house.
Yes. Yeah, the other relevance has
Yeah.
to do with the fact that basically this is where I finished high school. Down the street is Germantown High.
Right.
But during basically my second year there, I was the president of the Black Student Union.
Okay.
And we had a walkout in
wow, okay.
protest of what the police were doing at the Richard Allen Project,
Right.
which used to be down behind Temple
Pretty
University.
notorious spot, I remember.
Oh, very,
now, what
very.
year did this happen?
That was 1970. That would be 1970.
Okay, and what, freshman, junior?
I would have been a junior at that point.
Okay. Now take me back there. What happened?
So, you know, you had the crack epidemic. You had basically, all kinds of other things. Murder, the brutality of the cops. It was just a horrible place. And we were protesting the treatment, of the people, who lived in Richard Allen and what the cops were doing. Well, we organized the walkout. We had the walkout. We're in front of the high school, basically, and at that point, it was my first encounter with Rizzo.
Right.
He came and
Frank
he was,
Rizzo, the former
Frank
mayor
Rizzo,
of Philadelphia,
and he was the police commissioner,
at
at
that
that
point.
time.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so he shows up, all of his goons, and obviously, they break up the situation. 12 of us that were part of the student union at that point, they arrested. And the interesting part about the whole arrest situation is there were no paddy wagons, no police cars, none of that was necessary.
No handcuffs.
Not even handcuffs.
Wow.
Because right across the street from Germantown High was the 14th District Police Station. Right across the street.
So they just walked you across the street?
They just walked us right across the street and into, basically a cell.
Now, what happened once you got into the precinct? Because, again, Frank Rizzo and his team, the Philadelphia Police Department under his watch, were very brutal. And you're protesting.
They couldn't do that kind of thing, basically, with us. I mean, because obviously,
Right.
I mean, he was a smart dude. He wasn't stupid.
Right.
So he knew, obviously, we weren't doing anything that would warrant an overreaction, basically, or an aggression.
Not
because
that it
we
took
weren't
a
being
lot,
aggressive.
though, from
Right. But, I mean, you had to have a real strong situation with him, And kids, that would have really made him look very bad. And the fact that basically it was a no-brainer for him because, as I said, the 14th precinct was right across the street.
Yeah. As a young person experiencing, that type of a situation, how did that change you as a young person?
Well, it didn't really change me because basically, I mean, I already knew. I had already seen a lot of what was happening to our people.
Right.
When I became, I guess you could say the age of awareness, about 9 years old, my father basically, started to introduce me to various things. The first book he ever gave me to read was by Frantz Fanon called The Wretched of the Earth.
Wow.
And from there, basically, I just inundated me, with books to read and information. Khalil Gibran, The Prophet, so I was way ahead of when other cats were out playing basketball and all of that. I was listening to jazz and I was reading.
Let's fast forward to your first marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my first marriage basically occurred in high school. I married a woman, Rhonda Harris.
Okay.
And we kind of hit it off. She used to come over to the park. She was not part of the group of us that got expelled.
Right.
She was still in Germantown.
Right.
But because this park was like a little Africa, everything we did was cultural. It was involving basically black folks. It was all about basically our history and so on. So this park was like the hub of that. So everybody came to the park because, we'd be playing music, bungas, sax, everything went on here. Art, all of it.
And that's how you met
that's
Rhonda
how I met her.
Harris.
Yeah, she was here one day with some of her girlfriends, and I met her. We talked, and everything was cool. And from there, we dated, and I got her pregnant. And I come from a family basically; it's a very religious family, Baptist,
right,
and so on. So and I was also taught a very righteous, I guess you could say, existence in life as a black man. And you make a mistake, honor that mistake.
Right.
I made the mistake of getting her pregnant, and basically I honored that by marrying her because I wanted my son, or our children, to have, my last name.
Okay.
Now, in retrospect, it was a very big mistake.
Right.
The marriage did not go well after a certain point, and after my son's birth, we were together for about 2 more years.
Okay.
And we just really realized that, we were just not compatible.
Right.
We were not the same.
So you separated.
Yeah, we separated, but, we never had to go to court, child support, or any of those things because I took care of those. As a black man, again, I thought that was very important. But I used to come and pick up my son every weekend, and so on. And obviously, one weekend I went to pick him up, and her mother tells me that, she's no longer living there, now living with Move.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
And you were familiar with Move?
I was familiar with
Right.
them, basically. I did not think much of them,
Right.
but I was familiar with them. But I'm like, okay, so wow, what am I supposed to do now?
Right.
But she gave me the address, which was the Powelton Village address.
Right.
I went down to the Powelton Village house, knocked on the door, and if you know the properties in Powelton Village, you have to walk up the steps to get to the front door.
Right.
To the side is the porch, and basically below there's a big window on the street, because that's the basement down there. So I walk up, and I, knock on the door, and lo and behold, John Africa comes out. Now, the only reason I knew it was him was because I had seen pictures.
Right.
Above and beyond that, I wouldn't have known.
The leader of the Move.
Right, leader of Move, yeah.
So what happened when you explained to John Africa that you were there to see your son?
Right, which is what I did. I said, I'd like to see my son and my wife, and completely basically nullified any existence of them and basically, my being able to talk with them.
Right.
I'm like, I'm done.
So
There's nowhere,
yeah.
I have to move on. And my thought process was at some point, my son will grow up and he will have the ability to think for himself and come look for me.
Right.
And hopefully he's alive.
Right.
And, that was the prayer that we had, that, it would happen, but we went on with life, or I did. And then, May the 13th comes. And obviously I had been watching the lead up to this.
Right.
Because I knew that this is the way it was going to end. I knew this way back when
In the
I
70s.
was, when I was trying to deal with, getting my son, and I knew this is where it was headed.
Right.
So, here we are, we're watching the news, because it's all over the news, like 24/7.
Right.
And finally, basically, out of the clear blue, a bomb gets dropped.
Right.
A fire ensues. And obviously, 3 neighborhoods are burned down.
Right.
And 11 people are dead. And we see this boy being brought out, because that was all over the news.
Right.
But again, I did not recognize him as my son. It's been so many years. I didn't know.
Repeatedly, the media was suggesting that the young boy that escaped was 9 years old.
Right, when he was actually 13.
13, right.
But because...
What's going on, everybody? Kevon Merrill.
Hey, it's Keri D. Singleton.
How's it going? I'm Paul Dorsa.
And we're really, 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 really excited that we won the 2021 Sitter Award for Sessions Cafe's first episode, which was called A Father's Love, A Conversation with Dionn Award. Of course, we won the Spectator's Choice Award, and this is our first award for our first episode and our first show, and we're really excited. And I want to thank everybody that was involved, everybody that voted, of course, the Bragg family, the Sitter Awards. I want to thank Pipe TV, who carries our show, and I really, really want to send a big shout out to Dionn McGill, who he's planted the seed for this show to happen. And last but not least, I definitely want to thank Dionn Award, who gave us a very honest interview in Philadelphia about the ups and downs of trying to find his son and raising his son before and after the May 13th, 1985 bombing. Kevon, what do you want to say?
I want to say that big thanks to Dionn Award. I learned so much going out there to Philadelphia and experiencing everything. And this Sitter Award is just a testament to how much I learned and how great it is to share that knowledge with the world. So, thanks.
Paul?
Yeah, appreciate the award and the recognition. Just make sure to go check out the YouTube channel and rewatch the episode if you missed it.
Over and over and over and over.
And don't forget to like it and hit the subscription button.
Yes, and hit the bell. Hit the bell icon.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, the Sessions Cafe TV show. I'm very proud of the work that we did collectively. Paul, the executive producer of the show, Kevon, the assistant producer of the show. Both of them did great writing, great filming on all of the episodes. So make sure you check out the other episodes on the YouTube channel as well. But thank you for the Sitter Award. We really appreciate it.
Number 1.
Thanks.
And it was at that point that I realized that Sessions Cafe, an idea that my former manager Dionn McGill proposed to me, which I initially rejected, was indeed a great idea and one that I should resume at some point. So in December of 2023, we wrapped up the Keri's Corner radio show after 10 plus years on the air. It was an emotional moment for me, needless to say. I felt that the syndicated radio show had simply run its course and I was ready to move on, but not necessarily ready to move out. So, as my dear friend and media queen once said to me, that microphone is addictive, Keri. And little Nat was right. After hosting a radio show for over a decade, I had become addicted to having a platform and, more importantly, having one that I could share with others. So the next question became, what do I do next? Well, earlier on, I had toyed with the idea of taking the radio show's format to television. Not exactly one of the success stories of my career. A producer that I was acquainted with thought that bringing the Keri's Corner radio show to TV was a great idea. So I agreed to give it a shot. And with that, the Keri's Corner TV show was born. Now, like the radio show, the TV version focused on humor, but it was forced, not organic. On air, I was funny. On camera, I was forced to be funny. And after a few episodes, I think 4 or so, I decided to throw in the towel. One thing that Sessions Cafe was not going to be was another Keri's Corner TV show.
From the radio to the TV screen, anything you want, whatever need, it's on Keri's Corner. It's on Keri's Corner. He's not up the block or across the street. If you want to be seen, you can meet us on Keri's Corner. Keri's Corner.
Everybody's going to say no. Look at the crowds. My mother hates this place, but I love it. All the energy, all of the tourists mixed together with the hustlers and the pimps and the Hulk? Damn. Okay, buddy, we know you want to be on camera. That's Elve. Hey, Elve. How are you? The Hulk again. He's got a Keri's Corner card. Oh my God, Captain America. Am I in Times Square or Marvel Comics, Batman, and wow, Ninja Turtles. You won't find any Uber cabs around here. So we don't want to get hit because you know, New Yorkers are famous for their ambitious driving, as you can see. We don't got a lot of cabs out today, but believe me, they hit and run and hit. So I don't want to be roadkill here in Times Square, but I'm going to try to cross the street. I got the lovely Alve Alexander with me today. Hi, sweetie. This is my personal assistant. She's hanging out with the bag and the dolphins and the sharks and all that. We're just going to have a good time today here in Times Square. Let's go. On the corner of 7th Avenue and 43rd Street, right in the middle of Manhattan. You look interested. Look at him. He listens to my show, right? Sometimes. Just hit a thumbs up, right? Here we are in Times Square with one of the many New York City actors that stroll around and make this a fun place. Disney World, eat your heart out. What character are you, brother? Spider-Man. Spider-Man? Hiderman. See, Iron Man. See, I don't know anything about Marvel Comics.
How dare you not know that?
I'm lost. And here we have
Woody.
What the hell is that?
Woody.
You gotta put his head on, brother.
Woody.
Woody? Oh, I'm having fun with that. Give me something else. You live in New York, Woody?
I live in New Jersey.
You live in New Jersey?
Yeah.
You don't live in New York. But we're gonna. Okay, you live in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
How long you been in Jersey, Woody?
One more thing. I'm from Brazilian.
Brazilian Woody.
Yeah.
The name Woody makes me very nervous. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just
All
the
right.
man I want to talk to. What's up, brother? You from the city? Where you from?
From the Bronx.
He's from the Bronx, the boogie down.
Yeah.
All right, you listen to Keri's Corner radio show?
Nope.
But you will, right?
Yeah.
All right, show them the postcard, Keri's Corner. All right, so this man right here dressed in green, it's not St. Patty's Day,
Nope.
but He works for New York Tours.
Go Tours. Make
So
sure
this-
you come check us out.
You know,
When you listening to this, check us out.
you know why I want to
Go
talk
Tours.
to you? Because you're a sightseeing person.
Yeah.
You deal with the tourists, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where you from? Colombia. Bogota?
No.
Where's you from? Colombia?
Yeah.
Spanish food, right? The merengue, right? Okay. Welcome to New York City. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer from Colombia. She's gonna we're gonna ask her a question. I want you to pick dolphin or shark. What you like best? Dolphin. Jennifer from Colombia is a woman of my heart. She likes dolphin. Yes. Okay. What's your name? Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicole is from where?
From New York.
Nicole is from New York. I promise I'm going to keep my attention at the camera. Okay, so this is to promote. Does she have a postcard? She doesn't have a card? Gotta give her a card.
Okay.
She's obviously out here promoting her own thing. Yes, Lord. Okay, so you're from New York. What part of New York City are you from?
From Newark.
Newark? Okay, so she's from Newark, New Jersey. It's across the river. Have you ever been to California before I ask you this question?
Not yet.
No, you've never been to California?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna ask her a question anyway. Do you prefer New York City in the East Coast or San Francisco on the West Coast?
I prefer New York.
New York. So this is a New York City lover here. She'd rather ride the E train than the Powell and High Street tram. All right?
Why?
Why?
I don't know. It's the regular regular bus, and I don't know. It's for me. It's usual, and I like it. A lot of people can go in there, and I don't need car.
She doesn't need a
just
cable
take
car in
train,
San
yeah.
Francisco. Sorry. You didn't win this one. The New York City E train is the winner here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I believe
Thank
you're
you.
absolutely naked. I mean,
Thank
absolutely
you.
beautiful, and she's beautiful.
Okay, thank
God
you so
bless
much.
America.
God
Yes.
bless America. Bye.
I'm Naked Cowboy here with Keri's Corner. Give me a sec. What else we got?
This is the original Naked Cowboy, made famous by MTV right here in Times Square.
I'm the Naked Cowboy here with Keri's Corner. But don't tell your mistress, cause, well, you know, she'll tell her.
So where are you originally from?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio, 513 area code.
Yes, sir.
See, I'm good with my area codes because I get around a lot.
Where you from? One more time?
I was born in Boston, but I live in New York City, so I get around a lot.
917-212 or
718. 718. And this man makes money simply because he's naked and he's got cakes. That's what I want to do with my life. You feel me? You gotta go. In January of 2024, Sessions Cafe TV show, which had previously taped episodes whenever and wherever we could find, found a permanent home at Manhattan Neighborhood Network and received an official time slot, too. Our first show with the network aired on May 23rd, 2024, and featured guests Maureen Singleton and Michael Connor. A makeup artist in Philadelphia as opposed to New York and Paris. Why?
Well, they need it. Yeah, I mean, I'm from this area, but I live in Philly now. So, but I work both. I work the whole eastern seaboard, yeah, it's just really nice to be centrally located. I can work in Delaware. I can work in New York. DC. I can work in DC, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Okay. How old were you when you thought about being a makeup artist? When you first thought to yourself, I want to make people look beautiful. How old were you when Mike, you decided that was going to be your passion?
It's actually a second career. It's somewhere between my 20s and 30s.
Okay.
I was actually went to school for business.
Okay. Where'd you go to school at?
Ryder.
Okay.
And I worked at Macy's Herald Square. I managed Gap Kids.
Wow.
Yeah, I managed a lot of stores and was managing at Michael's Arts and Crafts, and they noticed my ability and directed me towards makeup, and it just blossomed from there.
I love Maureen Singleton.
Maureen Singleton is a dreamer from the age of 9.
Okay.
Coming from St. Augustine, Florida, I knew that I would be or make a name for myself in the industry. I thought I was a great singer, of course.
Okay.
I wasn't.
Not even a little bit?
No, no. I'd scare the cats, the dogs, and yeah.
Okay, me too. Yeah.
But I had a knack for business. So I got under the wing of Vaughn Harper, Uncle.
Yes.
Uncle Vaughn.
Absolutely.
And
New York City legend.
yes.
Yeah.
And I just studied and would go into clubs underage. You didn't hear that. And I would just look at the folks and how they interacted with certain songs and this and that and the third. And I said, yeah, I think one day if I find talent that I'd like to be manage them.
Okay. If you found talent.
Right.
Okay. Now something. I just want to bring something up. Just since we're talking about talent you may have found.
Yes, I did.
These lovely ladies from both the Bronx and Brooklyn.
Yes.
Sisters with Voices.
Which I named, yes.
Which you named, Lily, Coco, and Taj. Which was the most fun for the girls to do music videos for?
I think right here with the human nature mix, when Michael Jackson gave us permission.
Right.
The only
time he ever.
He happened to be a huge fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they were their favorite video was probably that Human Nature remix. Okay. Since then, we have featured guests like fashionista Sophia Davis, celebrated actor J.D. Williams, as well as singer, actor, and author Tristan Irby from the group High Five, and a plethora of other notables. You see, our tagline is ordinary people with extraordinary stories. And so we also take pride in sharing the stories of individuals who may not be famous, but who certainly have fascinating journeys. So what's next for our show? Well, the sky's the limit. We've also been picked up by BronxNet Community Television, won another award for one of our episodes, and even taped a few on-location episodes at ACX1, an entertainment venue on Atlantic City's famous boardwalk. And our media sponsor, Intrigue Magazine, facilitates many great guests for the show as well. So stay tuned, because we're just getting started. See you next week.